Hello everyone. Vaccine mandates, a federal election, fall tour starts next week, and upcoming ARPA conferences. There's so much going on, and we're glad to be back with another season of quick updates. It's Wednesday, September 8th. Now, vaccine mandates have taken the center stage both federally, provincially, and in municipalities, and this has raised some serious concerns. Here's Andre.
Should the civil government force citizens to take a vaccine? That's a troubling question, and it's a live one right now. And ARPA Canada's position is that while the civil government could encourage people to take a vaccine, they certainly should not coerce people to take a vaccine. There are brothers and sisters in the Christian community who, for reasons of ethical considerations, moral considerations, or medical considerations, what we call bona fide or good faith reasons, have decided not to take a vaccine. Now, that decision can have certain consequences, but it should not come at the expense of losing their livelihood, losing a job, or losing a chance at a university or college education. Those are costs that are too high or too coercive for a vaccine policy like this to be good. And so ARPA Canada stands opposed to mandatory or coercive vaccine policies. We outline further reasons why that is in an article online that we released just last week. We encourage you to give it a read and then consider what you can do to speak up for the good of your brother or sister, whether you agree with their position on vaccines or not. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Andre. You can find the article, Coercive COVID-19 Vaccine Mandates Are Bad Public Policy at arpacanada.ca. There we also have some links for ready-made easy mail letters that you can send to your provincial and federal representatives on this issue. Now is also the time to use our easy letter system. You can write letters to the editor in local newspapers to be heard on this issue. Please coordinate with others, and you can also find a local candidate for the federal election that supports your position. Now, speaking of the election, here's Levi.
Hi everyone. We're 12 days out from the 2021 federal election. And to help you cast an informed vote that election, we've created this federal election guide that compares the positions of the 6 main parties, including the People's Party, as many of you asked about, on 6 key issues that were live at the end of the last federal parliament. So these issues are euthanasia, abortion, hate speech, conversion therapy, prostitution, and pornography. So check out where each of these parties stand on the issue and all the other issues that matter to you. You can find this on our election webpage with other resources. And then, of course, don't forget to go out and vote. Advanced voting is already this weekend. And, of course, you can vote on general election voting day on September 20th. So get out there, cast an informed vote. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Levi. We're also very pleased to be releasing these 3 new infographics on 3 topics: euthanasia, hate speech, and conversion therapy. We believe these 3 key issues will be affected by the outcome of this election. You can use them to interact with your candidate, and it also includes questions on what you can ask on each topic as well. You can take a moment to print them off at arpacanada.ca/election21. And we'll also be providing color copies of these on our fall tour event stops starting next week. Now, speaking of fall tour, in Ontario and British Columbia starting next week, here's Ryan.
Thanks, Colin. In just a few short days, we hope to begin our annual fall tour. 3 teams of ARPA Canada staff hope to make 27 stops in 5 provinces, where we'll unpack lessons learned in the last 5 years that can help us be better prepared for the future. Now, when we look back on the last few years, we see the foundations of our country eroding. We see what happens when our society is not rooted in Christ. But as Christians, we don't lose hope. We believe in the Lordship of Jesus Christ. We face the truth, we see reality, and we step out in faith. So join us in the coming weeks as we encourage each other to grow our roots deep in Christ so we can withstand the storms that come our way. Click the link below or go to our new and improved website, arpacanada.ca, to pre-register and join us for an evening of reflection and encouragement at a fall tour stop near you. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Ryan. You can go to arpacanada.ca/falltour21 to register. Finally, Ed has more on our exciting upcoming youth conference.
Hey, thanks, Colin. Well, it's great to be back. And speaking of being back, it's back to school, which means in a little over a month's time, they'll be having ARPA youth conferences across the country, British Columbia, Alberta, Ontario. There'll be engaging speakers, interactive workshops, sports, games, camaraderie, fun, service and action, helping out seniors, helping out those in need. All of that, food and accommodation for only $20. The theme, even if our governments may not always realize that they've been appointed by God to serve, even if our governments sometimes do things we may not always like, even if we have to suffer sometimes because of what our governments do, we will speak up. We will be faithful stewards of Jesus Christ in the public square. And that's what our youth are going to be trained to do. Homeschool groups, ARPA school clubs, high school students, reach out to your provincial managers, ARPA youth conferences, even if October 15 and 16, we'd love to see you there. Back to you, Colin.
Thanks so much, Ed. Now, earlier this year, we had planned a God and Government Adult Conference, but unfortunately, due to continued uncertainty, we've decided to reschedule it for spring 2022. We'll keep you posted. That's it for quick updates this week. Thanks to you for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.